Live chat. Hi, the Fun Reading Club. Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly on Business. Hey there. How are you? As you come in, please tell everybody where you're from or what grow zone you're in, because I think the majority of us are gardeners. Some of us are also canners. Thank you, Kimberly. Zone 8A. I'm in 8B down in Tallahassee. Hey, Eco Neighbor. So I decided to come on today and just kind of give the live streaming a test run. So I'm here just to can a little bit since I was going to be canning anyway. Decided to do it on live instead of creating a video. And so what I'm doing is strawberry jam today. Hold on, let me close some of these notifications so I can see y'all's chat. Mason G1, 7B, Kentucky. Hi, welcome. Hey, Atlanta, Georgia. I grew up in Georgia, Kimberly. Yeah, yummy. I am so excited to be doing this. I'm doing this for the very first time, y'all. So any mistakes, charging to my head, not my heart. So I'm just standing here doing the chopping of the strawberries. I have about 5.5 to 6 pounds of strawberries here. And so it's a lot of chopping. But I just wanted to talk to y'all, honestly. I just wanted to talk to y'all. Kimberly, I've been enjoying your videos. I've been going through trying to make sure that I take some time to sit and watch the videos of other gardeners, because I love this gardening community. Like, people are just so unique and different, and they have so many great ideas. And it's so awesome to be able to see people just doing different things, using so much natural stuff in order to grow food. Like, the time is now to start growing food for our families. We've been dependent for so long. So I'm excited to be, growing on a larger scale than I normally do. I've been growing for years and years. And I first started to grow vegetables back in 2007, I want to say. So it's been some years, and I was actually living in Georgia at the time. That I started to first grow vegetables. So I had fruit trees there. I had an orange tree. I didn't get to see it like fully mature, but I had an orange tree. I had a couple of apple trees. I had so much squash until like we literally just had to give the squash away because it was taking over our dining room at harvest time. So, and of course, I was not canning or anything back then. I just started canning. So I didn't even, consider, I didn't even really know what canning was on that level. I just always saw my mom making like pear preserves. And that's mostly all the canning that I was exposed to was just her making the pear preserves. Let's see. What are you growing right now? So everything. So I have some herbs. I just discovered that I have oregano that is growing. And so I'm going to be making some oregano oil. Some of you may have seen my my video doing the tinctures yesterday. And I have another one actually going up this evening. But I have that oregano, so I'm definitely making oregano oil because it's really, really good for like antifungal, antiviral. It is amazing. Antibacterial. Oregano oil is one of those things that like you need to be growing. And it's so pretty. Like the foliage on it is so pretty. And so I just walk out my door and look up onto my wall and I'm just like, wow, you're so pretty. So I enjoy seeing that. But I also have radishes that I'm growing for the fall. I had one that I started back in probably the late springtime, and it was probably too late to be starting it because it was getting hot. And so it survived, believe it or not, it survived the Florida summer. And so I went ahead and put it into the ground since it, was surviving. And so now for the fall, I have more radishes that I'm growing. And I'm going to be using the entire plant, the leaves, everything, because I've heard a lot of people talk about how good the radish leaves are. So I'm going to be using everything. I'm trying to discover everything that I can like literally eat the whole plant. Let's see. And we also have onions. Let's see what else. We got so much stuff. I grew sunflowers for the first time. They did not get huge, but they made their appearance. I also grew mustard greens. My mustards were like the star of the show, other than the little tomatoes, the little clustered tomatoes. Those are still producing for us. So we love them. We go ahead and gobble them up as soon as we get them off of the vine. Let's see, fun reading club is. We're so impressed with the garden community. Entry level, loving it. Yeah, the gardening community, like people are so different. I think because gardening is so relaxing, you run into just the more relaxed crowd in the gardening community. So my channel has been up for many, many years. And now it's like, since I started doing the gardening, my channel is actually moving, is actually growing now. So, and people are just so positive. I just appreciate people who just come with positive energy because, I mean, that's just me. I'm fun loving, free spirited, and I like people who are just relaxed, who are very chill. I like it. So, other things that I am growing, sweet potatoes. Listen, the sweet potatoes are taking over. They are taking over. And so I'm going to get some of those leaves and stir fry some of those leaves. I don't know. I may do that today because the sweet potatoes are plentiful. They are really plentiful. So I love sweet potatoes, not just, I typically don't just eat them just by throwing them in the oven, baking them or whatever, but I will definitely put some brown sugar, some cinnamon, some nutmeg, and really go to town on some sweet potatoes. So I'm from the country, y'all. That's how we do it. The bugs are eating up my sweet potato leaves. I have had a few start to try, and I had actually an issue with what do you call them? The hornworms the other day. So the hornworms came for my pepper plants, and it's hot in here, y'all. I'm sweating a little bit. They came for my pepper plants, and they also came for my tomatoes. So I had to deal with hornworms the other day, and I did have a huge issue down here. There is like a huge worm issue down here. Just a couple of hours away, when I lived in Georgia, there was not this much just destroying, my leafy greens. But here, I mean, my leafy greens are really getting demolished. So, yeah, I had that issue this year, and I put too much stuff on. It was natural stuff, but it still killed a couple of my collard plants because I just really overdid it. So you have to be careful, especially when you have this type of sun. When you have the type of sun that blazes like it does in Florida, you have to be super careful. You just got to be super careful with using like neem oil or spraying your plants with other things, because if that sun touches it, your plant is going to be destroyed. Don't ask me how I know. Don't ask me how I know, but I know. So I'm telling you, if it gets really hot where you are, then you're definitely going to have an issue with having your plants not survive because you've put stuff on them and it was just too hot for them to deal with that and the sun at the same time. So let's see. Sweet potatoes. What else? Where are you finding jars and lids? Okay, so I recently found a few jars at Walmart. I had placed an order with a company that I don't normally deal with because I don't know, they're just not friendly people. And I don't want to give them any advertisement on here either. So the first couple of jars came from them, and I was so desperate for jars that I placed an order on their website because they showed that they had them available. And my order was for about 50, I think about 50 jars total. It could have been 60, maybe 5 packs. So it's like 60 jars total. And I got the order confirmation, got the email, got the confirmation from PayPal that I had placed the order, whatever. Well, the next day I got a cancellation. saying that my order had been canceled. Literally no explanation, no anything. And now, mind you, it said that this was in stock, that these things were in stock. So there was no reason for me to think that they weren't otherwise. So yeah, so that was kind of my last time dealing with them. So I have just been going to Walmart on a regular basis to check them out. Now, let me see where else I saw some. Oh, Publix. If you have a Publix in your area, I was able to get jars from Publix as well as lids from Publix. Walmart also has the lids. They have different types of lids. They have the reusable lids. I actually got my water bath canner that you can see right over my shoulder here. I actually got that yesterday from Walmart. So that's kind of been the place that I go to, because everybody else in town, they don't have any. They just don't have any. So I would, and then the websites that I am seeing them say that they have some of the lids on, or the jars and lids. Some of those websites, they're charging $17, $15, $17 per jar. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? So they are price gouging big time. Like literally you would get an entire 12 pack for between $10 and $11. So when someone comes and says, hey, you can get these 2 jars for $30 or $34, you're just like, get out of here. Get out of here with the nonsense. But this is literally what has to happen right now, is that you're going to have to be consistently, going into the stores that are local. You literally got to go in there, because you can call and they'll have some available, but literally within minutes, you can drive over and they won't have them anymore. So yeah, that's what we're having to deal with right now, is just literally trying to get jars at a price that is not inflated like 1,000% is ridiculous. Let's see, what else? What kind of greens do you have? So wait a minute, I think I missed one. I'm trying not to miss anybody's comment. This is the great part about having a small number of people on, because you can kind of answer people's questions. So do you can them? I did last year and didn't prefer them, even though I love sweet potatoes. I have never cooked them at all. I have only tasted them, Cassandra, just literally raw. And it gives me kind of this, the closest thing that I can think is like a spinach kind of thing going on with them. But I'm going to try cooking them and, adding like some garlic, some salt, just something simplistic, and then just kind of see where I can go from there once I kind of know what they taste like, with maybe a little butter or a little olive oil or something like that. And let's see, who else? What kind of greens do you have? So right now I have one collard green plant that I am hoping is going to stay strong and survive. I have one collard plant. I have bok choy that I'm growing. Bok choy is so good. It's really delicious. And we were actually putting it on our salad, but I also threw it over in some of the stir fries. And let's see, I have Not arugula this year. I didn't get arugula. Oh, Swiss chard. Has anybody tried Swiss chard? It is really good. It's really good. I don't know. I guess you have to be kind of a, you know, salad enjoyer. Maybe not even lover, but if you like salads and you like the mixed um, type of greens, like spring mix and things like that, a lot of those will have arugula in it. It will have the Swiss chard in it, and you just don't know it. And a lot of the most common Swiss chard that I see, it has the red stem to it, and so that kind of can give you an idea about what you may be seeing. So look for something that has like a red stem to it, and more likely than not is Swiss chard. But Swiss chard is pretty good. It's a pretty good green, and I used to eat them out of the garden. Let's see. I'm missing something. Let's see if I can get back up to, okay. Gardening is relaxing. Yes, Mason G, it is incredible. And I'm telling you, I go out there and I can literally, when it's raining a little bit, because it's not so incredibly hot here, I can literally just go out there and do all the stuff that I want to do. But when it is hot, I'm just like spraying water on myself constantly to keep myself from having a heat stroke out here, because it gets hot. It gets just hot out here. So let's see. I've also used Facebook Marketplace. Oh, that's a great idea, actually. That's a great idea, Cassandra, using the Facebook Marketplace. That's an awesome idea. Kimberly said, I have a video coming out today with a really good lead for larger jars and lids. They ship all over the U.S. Come on with it then, Kimberly. Girl, we waiting. We waiting. Come on. Come on. Let's see. Where else did I find jars? Uline. I found jars at Uline because I have a business account with them. So I found jars there, and they're getting scarce even there. And they also won't sell to you if for the 16-ounce ball jars, and probably the 16-ounce of the other brand that they sell as well, they probably won't sell to you the 16-ounce ones if you have not bought them before, because so many people have been coming and looking all over the place. They definitely will not sell you the 16-ounce ones, but you can get some of the larger jars in case, you know, you are brand new to them. A lot of people don't want to support them because of the whole, you know, Orange Man. They support in the re-election of Orange Man. So a lot of people don't really want to support them. But I needed jars, and, you know, I don't know who else may be supporting the re-election. And when it comes to my family's survival, I put everything to the back burner. So that's just me. Everything goes to the back burner when it comes to making sure that I have what I need in order to take care of this family. All right, so Facebook Marketplace, Fine Reading Club says try Oriental Trading. They have cool things in stock, and you may be able to find some at Oriental Trading. It's been, oh my gosh, decades since I ordered anything off of Oriental Trading website, but where you can get them, you get them. Now, let me say this about the jars. Now, I prefer the Ball brand because honestly, I know that I have a quality product when I'm using the Ball brand. And one of the other brands, I'm not going to call the name of it, but when I got my jars, I bought them from the same place. 1, 2, 3 of the tops were already messed up when I opened the pack. So that's why I've been kind of trying to stick with the Ball brand. But the saving grace is this: you can find new lids. You can find new lids and bands, and you can replace it. As long as that jar didn't have any cracks or anything, I didn't take it back. I didn't return it to the store. So I was okay with, needing to replace the lid. But there's just like, if my jar had been cracked, any of the jars had been cracked on it, then I wouldn't have done it. So I did go ahead and can with it. I tried it just to see, because I figured, I even said in the video that I figured that one jar would probably not seal, and it didn't. So, and at that time, I didn't have any extra lids to put on the jar. So, all right, let's see what else. I agree on the cost of jars. I don't think I'll be giving gifts of any jars because I don't want to come off as rude or asking for my jar back. Oh, I hear you, Cassandra. I hear you. Nah, there won't be any jar gifts going out this year. And even in my business, the jars, the containers and things, it's hard to find. It's hard to find any of that stuff. Even the plastic containers, all of that stuff. It's hard to find everything right now. And because we have so much dissension between us and, the country that supplies us with everything. We have so much dissension that we can't even get, basic stuff to operate our businesses. So, yeah, thanks for that. But that's the reality. That's what's happening right now. Let's see what else. Hey. Thank you for answering my question. I'm on my virtual lunch break, so you may see me dip in and out. Just found your channel and love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Cassandra. That's so sweet. Coming in on your lunch break. Cassandra, I said the same thing. My kids came over and got some jam on Saturday and told them to bring my jars back. Yes, honey, bring them jars back. And I've actually been asking my friends for jars. If I know they're not canning and, they're taking, you buy mayonnaise, you buy pickles, you buy all of this stuff. Guys, we can reuse that stuff as long as you get a new lid. If you can find a lid to fit on, if it's like the standard mason jar size or the wide mouth. If you can get that, then I would definitely recommend just using those jars, because at this point, we're not throwing out any jars. Even our hot sauce bottles, we're keeping our hot sauce bottles and we're putting them to use because we have peppers growing outside. So we're going to make pepper sauces in those hot sauce bottles. So we're reusing everything. Swiss chard comes back tender and huge leaves. Yeah, I like it a lot. And the plant that I did have one plant that came back from last year. It was just one, but it came back from last year. And they are so good. Yes, it's Uline, but they are only selling to current customers. Yep. I'm sorry. I ruined that for you, didn't I? I'm so sorry. But yeah, But yeah, I've had an account with them for a while because, of the business. I buy a lot of shipping boxes and different types of shipping containers, mostly from them. Um, and, they have a quality product. So that's what I do. Lead Farmer 73. Lead Farmer 73. Hey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping in. Land Farmer 73 says he's at work driving, but listening to every word, supporting. Thank you so much. I absolutely love your channel. Listen, my husband and I listen to your channel led in the bed, okay? We lay in the bed listening to you. And to Lady Led, we enjoy you all so much. Like, you have no idea how much we enjoy you all. And to have my husband talking about he's wants to get some bees, he wants to do all of this stuff because he's been watching Lead Farmer, and he actually introduced me to your channel. So he's at Eco Neighbor, and he just got started on his channel as well, but he's doing great, and I feel like he's gonna pass me, Led. I feel like he's gonna pass me, but he is doing fantastic with his new videos, and I'm just, so y'all go and support his channel as well. I promise you, he is entertaining. I am not that entertaining. I am just, me. I'm just a regular person, but he is definitely entertaining, and he has a lot of gardening knowledge. He is my tree man. I depend on him. Oh, Led, let me tell you why you here while I got you. Let me tell you. So I tried air layering to my trees. So, and I failed. Okay. I failed. And I know it was probably because I used peat moss instead of the cocoa coir that you were talking about using. So I'm going to go and get me some of the cocoa coir so that I can do it right this time, because I have a pomelo, a grapefruit, and a tangerine tree that I actually did the air layers on, and none of them did a thing. So I am making sure that I go back, and I know I've watched that video. You do it all the time. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I did something wrong. And that's the only thing that I could think of that I did wrong, was that I didn't use that cocoa coir. But I got to follow directions, because you always say, listen, go ahead and do what you told until you learn what you're doing. And I didn't do that. I didn't use the cocoa coir. So I won't be using the peat moss anymore to try my air layers. I'm going to go ahead and get the cocoa coir so that I can do what I'm told until I know what the heck I'm doing with the air layering. The clippings, I had 2 of the clippings to turn out just fine. And so the rest of my trees are doing fine. They healthy. Everything is looking good. And I even swiped a, what is it? What is your bonita? Your bonita. I swiped one of those out from up under somebody's nose one day at the store, because they had sat it to the side. They called themselves going to be sneaky and sit it to the side in the gardening area where the furniture was. I got them. I got them, Led. I got them. I ran to that register so fast. I was just like, girl, you wrong for this. But I didn't care, because I needed that plant. I needed a bonita of my own. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do it. I'm not fixing to leave this for whoever sat it here. My husband was like, I think there's something that you need to see. Let's see. Led says the peat moss is okay. I use that too 9 times out of 10. You just don't scrape the branch deep enough. That's all. Okay. Okay. See, look, we got the master on the line. We got the master on the line. Tell us what to do. Y'all better be listening. We got Lead Farmer on here. Are y'all listening? Y'all better be paying attention. It's rare that you're going to get Lead Farmer to come on a newbie video. Live? He at work. This man work. All is fair in love and war and gardening. Yes, indeed. Indeed. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So y'all, I'm going to get this. I cut up all this stuff. I've chopped up all of these strawberries. So I'm going to get them over in this wok. And now I have to do 6 cups of sugar. I am using the we love you too, Led. Thank you so much. And y'all go and follow Led Farmer 73. I'm sure that probably everybody that comes onto my page already follows Led Farmer 73. And again and again, congratulations on reaching that 100K. That is a milestone. I can't even imagine that. I can't imagine that, but I'm aspiring to it. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But y'all go and make sure that you are getting in onto Led's lives, because honey, the greenhouse lounge be lit up in there. It is lit. So I appreciate you so much. I appreciate what you and Lady Led does. And I love her channel as well. I love her spirit. I just love that calm demeanor on people. Those are the type of people that I need around me, because like I'm a little wild. So I need those type of calming people around me. So yeah. All right. So I got my stuff to the side for the compost bin. And so what I did, guys, I think Eco Neighbor asked about the recipe. So I have to have 6 cups of sugar. I'm using the Homestead Heart recipe. And she has 6 cups of sugar. And this is the sugar that I always buy, guys. I like the pure cane sugar because I am really sensitive to sugar. So I'm doing exactly what Homestead Heart said, Led. I ain't about to try to pretend that I know what I'm doing by myself. This is my first time canning strawberries. So she said to use Granny Smith apples. So I got my 5.5 pounds of strawberries. I had the little smaller Granny Smith apples. So I used 3 of those for the pectin. And so I'm going to add 5.5 cups of sugar, since I have 5.5 cups of strawberries. All right. So what's your husband's channel again? He is Eco Neighbor, and he is actually in the comments right now. Eco Neighbor, say something so Led can see you. I'm on my way over to sub and support. It's a whole new different world when your numbers go up. I bet it is. I bet it is. Hey, hello, family Homestead. Hey there. How are you? Glad to have you in today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look at me making a doggone mess with this sugar. I got the big bag, so let me slow it down a little bit. All right. I'm going to do 5.5 cups. 3, 4, 5. And let me turn my stove on so that I can bring it to a boil. And then let me pick some of this up to make my half. I just made a mess down here with sugar. All right. Hey, Eco Neighbor. Led is coming to support you, baby. Listen, Led, we were trying to drive to South Carolina because we have some family up there in Columbia. So we were trying to drive to South Carolina. If y'all were going to be doing a live celebration, oh, we were coming. We were coming. Okay. So I got my 5.5 cups of sugar over in there. Let me clean this up real quick. And then Homestead Heart also said to add 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. And let me wash my hands, guys, real quick. Get some of the sugar off my hands. And so I went ahead and pre-measured my lemon juice. And I'm going to get that stirred in. I'll be back to talk to you in a minute. So since you all may notice that I'm using a wok instead of like a stock pot. I love cooking in woks for some reason. And as you can see, this wok is, well, you may not be able to see, but look, this wok is full. It's huge, but it is full. So the stock pot that I have wouldn't have even held this if I tried. It wouldn't have held that. So I made a good decision by using that. So, all right, let me see. Let me try to catch up. Greetings, everyone. Eco Neighbor. Kimberly on Business. Yeah, Kimberly on Business is up and coming too. Best Yet Journey is also coming up. And thank you so much, Best Yet Journey. Congrats on the 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate that so much because, like I said, I've been on here for a while and I just reached my 1,000 because I spent a lot of years just not doing anything on the channel because I was doing natural hair videos first. And so, yeah, I was doing the natural hair videos and I kind of stopped and like life got in the way. But like gardening, this is my life. This is what I do. I garden. I work from home. So I literally have all day to go outside and check on my plants again and again and again. Yeah, Led said he got you, Kimberly. Yeah, so amazing. And I just love the spirit of the people. It's just so different. It's just so different than any other community online that, you know, I used to participate in. I don't even go into certain communities anymore because it's just too much negativity for me. I just can't do it. I just have to surround myself, you know, with people who are supportive, and I love supporting people. So I try to surround myself with people who are the same type of energy, you know, who wants to support others and actually see others to grow. And then the people who are actually learning how to can, the people who have been canning for a minute, literally just go to them and look at the type of energy that they have. They have this just amazing presence about them. And I actually love it. I absolutely love it. So I just enjoy it. And I don't put myself in places that's not going to be beneficial for me, that's not going to be teaching me something, that's not going to be making me grow and to elevate myself. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little bit hot, but I'm around the stove, so so it's okay. Um, my jars are still nice and warm. So right now, I have to make sure that when this a boil, that I give it 20 minutes. I give it 20 minutes to cook. So, and let me tell you all another thing about canning. When you start canning, for those who may not have started already, when you start canning, you're going to be addicted. Like, I'm serious. I'm so serious. You're going to be almost immediately addicted when it's time to start canning. So just get ready. Just get ready. I know my husband is like, where you going? I know you ain't shopping again. Well, he knows now that all I'm doing is going to buy some fruit. I'm going to buy some pears, some peaches, some strawberries, some jars. I'm hunting for jars every day. So yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. I go and hunt for things that I can use, I can utilize to help educate people, and also to prepare food for my family, to prepare some of this stuff. And so far, I have done chicken. I have done, let's see, what else I canned? I canned chicken. I canned pears and apples. I canned potatoes. I've done potatoes, and they were all delicious. So I think if you kind of know how to cook, the canning will probably, the seasoning portion of it will come easier to you. If I can't, you can't, we can't. Listen, and that's the type of vibe that I need around me. That's what I need surrounding me. We're supposed to be available to help each other. So, because none of us know everything. None of us know everything. So it's so much simpler to make sure that we give something to each other. We don't have to all day, every day, but make sure that we're giving something to each other. That's all I look for, is somebody that I can help, that can also help me, to grow and to develop. So yes, we supposed to be one. We're supposed to be one. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit to go ahead and bring it to a boil. And then once I get it to a boil, I'm going to slow it down a little bit and set my timer so that I can stir for the 20 minutes that I'm supposed to be stirring for. Now, one of the other things, and I actually did a video of what I'm about to say this morning. I have this stove that I bought not too long ago. And in the middle, you hear this? Listen. Okay, so that is a temperature regulator on my range. I don't like that. I don't like it, because you can be cooking something and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, I know I heard that rice at the almost done mark, but now I'm not hearing it anymore. And I know it wasn't like the water boiled all the way out of it kind of sound. I've been cooking for a long time, guys. So I know what it's supposed to sound like at every stage. And so once it gets to a certain temperature, it's going to try to regulate your pot for you. It don't ask your permission, no nothing. I mean, it's just going to regulate your pot for you on its own. And so it'll slow down. So I was forced, because I wanted to pressure can, I was forced to go and buy another burner to go right here. I just bought one because that's where my pressure canner is going to sit because it's big. It's taller than this and it's just as big around. So I have the 23 quart Presto. And so I wanted to not have any issues to bringing my pressure canner up to the level that it needed to be. And I noticed that when I tried it for the first time, I was like, okay, let me put my water in and let me see if I can put this top on this pressure canner and get the thing venting. I couldn't get it to vent because that old joker, that was stopping. It was slowing down the temperature on my pressure canner. So I went ahead and bought another burner and replaced that one. And I threw it off in the drawer somewhere. And I was so mad because we have not had this stove but maybe 6 to 8 months at this point. And I never really realized it except for those little minor things. You would just notice that something was different. And so when I realized that that's what it was, I went and did a little reading on it. I was like, low down joker, like you messing me up. So I had to wait on the delivery for the new burner. And so now it's fine. I mean, it cooks like it's supposed to, but I could have saved those burners from the last stove because there was nothing wrong with the burners. I just wanted a new stove because I hadn't had one since we moved into this house. The stove was like here when we got here to this house. So I wanted a new stove. And so that's what happened. I could have saved the burners and just had an extra set, even just in case something happens with these, but I just wasn't thinking. All right, let's see. I'm listening. Food for thought. Yes, some rather starve. You know what? They can have that starving thing because me and mine, we love to eat. They can have that. Led said, I'm addicted right now. I can't every single day, even after work at night. It's way more fun than I ever thought. It really is. And it gives you a chance to like try some just different things. Like I was saying in the beginning, like all my mom ever canned was like pear preserves, and I can't even remember anything else that she canned. So for me, this is like, I'm really doing something. So she's watching my videos and she's so excited and she's like, go on, girl. Go ahead and do your thing. So I can't wait to let her, try some of the chicken that I've canned and some of the potatoes. And I did, the first thing that I did was the pears and apples together. And so when she looked at mine, she was like, why they so light? She was like, why they so light? My mama was calling the pears light skin, okay? She was trying to figure out why they were so light. And so I had to explain to her, Mama, I put in the lemon juice to keep them from turning darker. She was like, okay. She said, okay. And so I said, well, next time I'm going to make them the way you make them. So I'm going to show y'all, I'm going to do another video to show you all the way my mama, the queen, I'm going to show y'all the way she makes them so that they won't be light skinned anymore. The pears are going to be that beautiful golden, just brown sugar, the light brown sugar color. That's what the pears are going to look like from now on when I make them, because my mama wasn't having it. She was like, she knew I didn't add enough sugar. She was like, no, they supposed to, look a little different than that. She wanted to see the sugar. She wanted to make sure that, you got like the thick, I call it a gravy. She wanted to make sure that it had some gravy on it. So I was, I knew that she was gonna judge me. I knew it. Let's see. Lead Farmer, we watched you last night with all the pressure canning we do. It's very addictive. It is, Kimberly. It is. It's so addictive. But I promise I enjoy it. And so now when my kids come in, they're like, you doing another video? Yes, I'm doing another video, baby, because we got some canning to do. We got some stuff that we need to accomplish because the world ain't getting no prettier. It's just not getting any prettier. So we have some stuff that we really need to accomplish. So we're going to make sure that we feed this family at all costs. So the way I do it is if somebody has something that they want to give me, they want to give me some fruit or whatever, I'm going to take them and I'm going to can them. If they have some jars that they want to give me, I'm going to take them, I'm going to wash them, and we're going to do what we do. I'm going to use them. I'm going to buy me some new lids. I went and got some of the, I think they call like the Mainstay brand. I don't typically like it, but hey, right now you better get what you can get because they weren't price gouging. That's why I keep going back to Walmart because they still have things at a normal price. All right, so her healthy home. I was binge watching your videos last night. I was, and your voice is so soothing. Like, how you do that? Tell me, talk to me. How you do that? Your voice is so soothing. It just made me want to watch more and more. So I watched them until I fell asleep. And so I'm trying to make sure that I'm purposely watching you all's videos and watching a lot, like watching the whole video through. And even if I have to leave it sitting there, I'm going to leave that video on and let that video play on through so we can get y'all watch hours up too. My watch hours are good thanks to y'all. So I'm returning it. I'm making sure that I go through and watch you all's videos all the way through because I know that's going to benefit your channel. So we can support each other in so many ways. It can be just the simplest thing, just something as simple as watching somebody's video all the way to the end. That helps our channels. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you all for coming in and, supporting. This is my very first live ever. Very first live ever. Telling it like it is. Hey there. Hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here, telling it like it is. You're welcome. Yeah, check out her healthy home. Like she will rock you. Okay? That voice, it'll rock you. I'm telling you. Yes, we are all in it together. All in it together. Yeah, I'm trying to can a variety of stuff right now since I got me enough jars to be able to really get some canning in. I got all sizes right now. And then I also have the herbal tinctures that I'm making. And I got a video. Actually, I have to drop one this evening. I'm going to drop a herbal tinctures video. And I got a couple of videos that I actually need to drop. I just try not to drop everything in one day. I'm constantly doing a video, but I just try not to drop everything all in the same day. Let's see. Mignon, thank you so much. I saw that you subscribed to me earlier. Thank you so much. Good morning from Cali. Hey there. And telling it like it is from Ohio. It's so nice to have you guys. This is the great thing about this. It's like you really get to meet people from all over the world. Like this is so good. This is really, really good. It's taking forever for these things to come to a boil. There's so many of them though. It's just taking forever. But my mama's gonna be so proud. Let me go. Y'all, hold on a second. Let me go get my charger. It's trying to die on me. That's what we're not about to do today. We ain't about to do that. I got it. And I'm plugged in. Okay. All right. I saw that tincture video. Red onion, honey, garlic, ginger. It works. I had several issues over the last month with my children and myself, and really needed that. And I'm telling you, when you have any issues with your stomach or your digestive tract, honey, that one is gonna help you go to sleep. It's really gonna help you go to sleep. And it doesn't have any alcohol in it at all. It's just that when I allow it to sit for that 6-week time period, the honey helps to pull the nutrients out of the vegetables and the herbs that are in there. So that honey does that just like the vodka does it. The honey does the same thing. It'll pull those nutrients out for you. And so that's what we want to do, is make sure that we're taking in as much natural stuff as we possibly can. It makes a difference to your body. And so I don't go to the doctor anyway, unless, if ain't nothing bleeding uncontrollably, I ain't going. So now I'm definitely going to get some of that other stuff, the yarrow. I have comfrey growing out in my yard, but the yarrow, if you are a gardener and you know a little bit about herbs, that yarrow can help with bleeding. The comfrey, I make a salve that is like a healing salve, and it has the comfrey in it. It has the oregano in it. It has chamomile. And those things, they help. All right, we boiling now. So let me set my timer for 20. Timer is set. And I don't want it to boil over, so I'm going to turn it down just a tad bit. But those herbs will actually help with a lot of things. So we want to make absolutely sure that we're getting some of that good stuff into our bodies. It helps us tremendously. Like having a hormonal disorder, I have to make sure that I'm getting herbs into my body. But we all need them. We all need those nutrients. All right, let's see. I don't know yet, Her Healthy Home. I don't know how many jars this is going to be. But I have some extras sitting over there just in case I need some more. I think I have 12 in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I have like 10 in here. And I'm going to turn this back on and allow that to be heating up. But I got to stir this and make sure that this does not burn. Y'all, this smells so good. Like, I have always loved strawberries, and that's why I decided to do some strawberries. And I actually was able to get these for $1.12 per pint at Walmart. And this time they were really sweet. Like, sometimes Walmart can be hit or miss in terms of the fruit and vegetables, but I have a certain Walmart that I like to go to that's in my area. And it really, it does it for me. It does it for me. That particular Walmart really does it for me. And I'm able to find that good stuff that I'm looking for. I'm able to find a lot of variety of things that I'm looking for versus the Walmart that is like right close to me. So I just take the little drive and go over there to that Walmart. All right, so let's see. No, that works. Health at home. Let me say how many jars. The tincture. Okay. So tinctures are basically medicines that you make yourself. So what I did was I took red onion, I took garlic, like fresh clove garlic. I took ginger root. Ginger is a rhizome. You know, that part is a rhizome, but I took the ginger, I took the garlic and the ginger and the red onion, and I just chopped them up and I poured honey over them. And so I'm going to allow it to sit for 6 weeks. So if you sit it in a dark place, now some people like to sit them outside. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sit mine outside. So some people like to sit them outside and then, kind of let the sun pull some of the heat from the sun, pull some of the nutrients out of the plant. I don't want to do that. I just sit mine under my cabinet and let it sit there for 6 weeks. And when it's sitting there for that 6-week period, it's doing the same thing as it would do if you were to heat it. So that's another way that you can do it. You can make tinctures by heating them. But for me and my limited amount of time, it's good for me to just be able to chop everything, throw it in the jar, cover it with whatever, liquid medium I'm going to use, and then just sit them up under the cabinet. So I have some already that are ready and that we're using. And then I have the new ones. So I always have some on hand. So anytime it starts to get half the jar, we've used half of the jar, I go ahead and make another one so that I'm keeping some in the vault, so to speak. So that's kind of how I do it. But they are just good for if you have different skin conditions. I can't talk about, treating cancer or anything of that sort. But if you do some of the research, you'll see that there are certain things that you should have in your diet on a regular basis that can help reduce your chances of getting some of these things. So that's why it's important to have the nutrients, be constantly taking in the nutrients every day. Look at the people from the islands. Look at them and look at the way that they eat. They eat from the earth. Us gardeners, like, like it's clear to us that we need to be eating from, the stuff that we grow, because when we're not, we're just not going to be at our healthiest. Let's see. Anything for headache. I have heard, now I know a couple of people who suffer with migraines, and I can't say for sure about, and I'm trying to think of the name of that herb for migraines. Let me see if I can pull it up. Feverfew. It's called feverfew. And so if that is something that you can definitely try, that is an herb that people actually use for migraines. And now a couple of the people said that it worked for them, and a couple of them said that it really didn't do much. So it's kind of you know, everybody's experience is going to vary. I'll just put it like that. And so it just takes a little research, and to make sure that that you're really like doing some deep research and try to find like the variety of things. But I think it's just like it has to be